Hello again, everyone, and this is the last episode of Spilling Tea for today. I got an update for you in regards to the Sia controversy over her movie musical, whose issues has to do with the depiction of a nonverbal autistic as part of her musical. Missouri allergies. I'll say it 1,000 times. Autistic people celebrate Sia's music losing big at the Razzies. Sia's so-called autism musical just swept the Razzies, and actual autistic people have a lot to say about it. This article is going to be, of course, available there in the description box of this video. So here we go. Sia just swept the Razzie Awards with 3 wins and 4 nominations, but is winning a Razzie really winning it all? Basically the opposite of the Oscars, the Golden Raspberry Awards honor each year's very worst contributions to the movie industry. 2019's big winner, Biggest Loser, was Cats, and this year's Sia's music was voted worst of the worst. Despite being a quieter flop, music actually has a lower Rotten Tomatoes score than Cats. Here's why communities of people with autism are thrilled that Hollywood just officially acknowledged how bad Sia's movie really was. Actually, autistic people hated the film. Music has had neurotypical non-disabled Maddie Ziegler pretending to be on the autism spectrum, a casting choice that quickly got called out. Now, before you start with me, folks, I know it's acting. I get it. I don't have a problem with a neurotypical playing an autistic person. What I have a problem with is how is the character with autism portrayed on screen. And this is where my issues start coming up. So please don't jump on me in the comments about that, alright? Cool? Good. Sia did admit that Maddie felt uncomfortable in the role, telling Billboard she didn't want it to seem like she was making fun of autistic people. It turned out Maddie's instincts were correct. I remember being at school and other kids copying me to make the mick out of me, tweeted at Autistic Gamer. That was the exact feeling I had watching this. That is one of the typical kids pretending to be autistic for laughs. Related, viewers slammed Sia's movie music for the caricature of autistic body language. This movie makes, and that's my big problem with it, by the way. I may go over that another day. But I want to go over this quickly before my software has a fit due to all the pop-up ads. This movie makes me feel like I'm being mocked, and it makes me feel physically sick whenever even a short clip of it gets played, agrees a different Twitter user, with another adding, I felt like I was being called the R slur for an hour and 47 minutes straight. As an autistic woman, this movie should speak to me, commented YouTube user Imagine Kuryavka on the film's trailer. Yet all I hear is, you're lucky we tolerate your antics. Now go inspire some neurotypical hero to appreciate life more. God, sing it to me. I know that song well. They love that music is now getting dragged. Music winning Razzies was some of people's biggest hope. Imagine Sia wins Razzies for her fiasco movie on Autism Awareness Month. I cried so much of joy it shows you don't and should never mess with people like me who have autism. Now that it's happened, people who identify with the hashtag actually autistic are hopping onto their socials to celebrate, as you can see there. Now, I'm not going to revel in anybody getting dragged through the mud. I'm not that kind of person, unless it's the JRC, which I kind of have a special vindictive streak when it comes to those people. So I'm not going to gush and celebrate dragging Sia through the mud. What I would like her to take from this is what is so often the word used against us. I hope she sees it as a teaching moment. And should she decide ever to go into our area to make a movie about us again, to do a little bit more in depth research and show a little bit more consideration and concern for the people that she's going to be depicting before she pushes a movie out there. To not get all defensive when we come in and give her suggestions, but to hear what we have to say before she goes on to the attack. That's what I'd like to see come out of this. But I digress. Now that it's happened, people who identify with the actually hashtag are hopping onto their social medias to celebrate. Deserved, Sia, says one. The Razzie Awards named Sia the worst director because of music. If you know, you know. This is my favorite thing to come out of Autism Acceptance Month. Bar none, disability Twitter, actually autistic. I am not explaining this one, so don't ask. Google it. Razzie says autism rights. I also like to say, on behalf of the actually autistic community, and actually the vast majority of autistic people worldwide, we will be celebrating these awards, and I'm sure to see a fan base will join us in celebrating. Tweets like she gets what she deserves, and what goes around comes around gain traction on the app alongside ones like this that aim to keep the conversation going. If you are celebrating Sia's win at the Razzies, I implore you to watch and support at this actually autistic trans creator at Jessie Gender and her video essay on it and autism. A turning point for better representation. You see, that's how we got depicted. That was my problem with the movie. It was how the nonverbal autistic character was portrayed in the movie that I took issue with. And again, I'm not going to be dragging Sia through the mud. I hope she takes it as a teaching moment. And to maybe don't jump so quick in defense of yourself. Open your mind up a little bit to actually hear out the people who are coming to you before you go on to the attack. I understand it was a very personal process in creating the film for her, but if you're gonna make a movie about autistic people, you should be engaging with autistic people as to how we would like to see ourselves portrayed. Just saying. With Hollywood orgs like the Razzies officially booing music, the days of harmful autistic stereotypes in film could be coming to an end. This is great for people with autism who often face misunderstandings due to lazy on-screen representation. Greta Thunberg referenced this kind of stereotyping when she announced her autistic identity to the world. Today is Autism Awareness Month. At the age of 12, I was diagnosed with Asperger, a form of autism. At the time, I had no idea what it meant. When I and my parents told people I was autistic, they always reacted with shock since I don't fit into the stereotype of autistic people. Exactly. Now, everyone from TikTok stars to NASA engineers are also speaking out about what autism's really like, and we love to see it. Fingers crossed, music is the last Razzie-worthy representation of autism we have to watch. All right, folks, there you have it. That is the update on the Sia situation, and it's all coming to a close. What I would like to see from this, again, I want this to be a teaching moment, not only for Sia, but for the media and for Hollywood, that we can't keep having these harmful stereotypes of people with autism put out into the media. We need to start striving for authenticity when we're putting out the portrayals of us in your movies. There needs to be more communication with the autism communities throughout the world, the autistic communities, so that we can have not such a tone deaf representation of us in film, on TV shows, and in other media. At least that's what I'm hoping. All right, folks, this is the third and final vid of the day. I do have to force myself to do my second set of exercise sometime today. But in the meantime, folks, I do appreciate you for spending all this time with me today. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time today, and for the third and final time, I hope you all have a good one. Bye bye.